Hi everybody and welcome to Truewants, where here we try to help you make that decision if it's going to change from a want to a need. Now we don't edit here, and I started trying to do these get ready with me's in my sanctuary. As you know, if you've watched the last few that we've tried to see about the lighting and the camera moving, we think we got it. We're going to try it through this video where the camera should be on a stronger magnet. So we're going to see if this works. We also changed some of the lighting to be more daylight. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to be able to do this here. I'm also checking out another area where I usually do a lot of my filming, but that is in an area that is very open. So a lot of people have to be quiet or go into other rooms when I'm filming there. So I just want to see if I can do this here and we'll be able to catch up on some of the products that I try. But the first product that I want to share with you is one that I've been looking for because I saw something on the news. It had to be a couple of months ago, where I'm someone that wears a lot of the jaw clips to keep my hair up. And what ended up happening was there was this whole thing that there was this accident, and including me in the car, I'm wearing it, keeping my hair up. But they said that when your head hits the back rest, that it can cause a lot of damage into the scalp. So I've been looking ever since for something that I thought would be a better solution, and I think I found it. I wore it all day yesterday and I fell in love with it, and it's really inexpensive, and I got it on Amazon, but I found a fantastic deal that we can get like 8 of them for, like, to me, the price of like 1 or 2. So I think it's like for 8 of them, it was like $8. I'll leave it all linked down below what I found on Amazon, but I just want to share with you what they are. So this one here is a black one. It comes in 4 colors, this light beige, this other one that's a lighter brown, and then a darker brown. There's also another style in here that I'm going to try today. I wore both of these yesterday. So this one here is like that typical jaw clip that if you want to keep your hair back, you can just put it in and it will keep it exactly where you want, and it doesn't go out. It is really, really fantastic. But there's another one that to me replaces that jaw clip, where this goes flat against your head, and then all the little, I guess, teeth that would normally be sticking out, that it gets protected by this part here. So what I love about this, and I don't know if I can do this on camera, but I'll do my best to try, and we'll get it just up. Just a quick little bun in the back, nothing special, just, you know, because we're doing our makeup here. But that is how it is. And then, I don't know if I turn around, if you can see the back, but it literally goes flat against the head. So even if you're lying down, this is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to try this. We're going to give it a whirl, and that's it. All right. I always want to share with you when I find something. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. So the few products that I wanted to try today that are going to be new to me, if you've been watching my unboxings, in the mystery bag, I ended up getting this Glowish. It's a Blur Gem. This is supposed to be a silicone-free smoothing primer, which to me, it feels like silicone when I was putting it on and testing it on my hand with you guys when we were doing the unboxing. But this is what it looks like here. We're going to put a little bit on our face, and then I'm going to do my under eyes so that we can get some of that darkness away. But I'm going to take about that much, and then I'm going to put it in between the fingers here, and then I'm going to just pat it in, and then I'm going to smooth it through. And then we'll let it sit for a little bit to try to absorb. Has a little bit of a stick to it, but not much at all. So as they mentioned on when we were reading all about it, they say to make sure to keep this cap on to keep the moisture as much as we can in here. But that I was really excited to have the opportunity to get. I know Glowish is going to be it's a Huda Beauty brand that I think now that she's back at the helm, she's not going to be continuing. But I always had that on my wants list. So if you've had the opportunity to try any of these products, make sure to share it in the comments down below, because as I share with you all the time, this is a channel where we're a community, where we share with each other our finds, if we get some amazing deals. I also shared on my Instagram, I picked up at Costco this mirror that I was seeing Tati and a lot of other people use. One side is 10 times magnification, which is crazy, and the other side is just normal, but it has 3 different settings for lights. It's called the Glow Tech. I got this on sale for like $15.99, which is unbelievable. So I'm just going to put in these, which I've showed you on my other videos, the peach underneath. This one I'm going to be using is from Skin Foods. I'll just show it to you up close if you didn't see those other videos. Just looks like this. I've been using the Becca ones for a long time. I showed you that we got one from Ciate London. There's one that is drugstore that is from Catrice that's really good as well. It's just something that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable to take away the darkness. It doesn't help with these new bags that I started getting, but with aging, every day we wake up and there could be something else on our face that we did not see before, so we just have to adapt. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so now I've been watching this for a while. So many people were talking about this, and I have a lot of foundations that I try. I just love foundations. If you were ever like me when you were younger, the first thing you wanted to do was cover. I had a lot of acne, I have scars. As we get older, we have broken capillaries, we have some sunspots. So there's always something to hide. So I always want to look for something. This one was one that I was seeing a lot of people use, and they were saying, especially during the summer. And I realized I never tried this. I tried this one that looks similar to this by Catrice, but I like more full coverage. And this is supposed to be a skin tint. And it was very hard to choose the color. I went from the website back to Amazon. I ended up with number 129. They said that's a light medium. It looks like it might be a little dark, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what it's about. And with Amazon, it makes things a little bit easier. I'm going to do it with a beauty blender. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of here, like half a drop of it. I don't know what that sound was, but hopefully it's just resuctioning itself. And we'll put it on our skin. And this was supposed to be a neutral, because I'm definitely not warm. I think I might be more, or because I haven't been in the sun for a while, I might be more cool. But the reason I always choose neutral, it's like I always say, if you don't know, neutral is the right way to go. And the reason is because neutral is supposed to be a mixture between the blues and the greens that are our undertones, as well as olive and peach. And as I share with you all the time, some of the problems here, filming with the lights, it ends up being a little bit hard for me to see. And only after when I'm filming and I look back is when I'm able to watch with you guys to see what the color match is. So we'll have to bear with if it doesn't look good right away. But when you're able to find a foundation that is a perfect match for you, there is no better feeling. Just the lights look so light and pale, and especially during the summer months, you can sometimes get away with it looking a little bit darker. I know a lot of people, you know, put it down their neck to make all that match. I do my best to try to have no line, but with that said, I don't like to have it down my neck. But I know a lot of people, they do their ears, they do all of that. I don't. Okay. I think that's as much coverage as I'm going to get from here. Very lightweight. Evens the skin tone, I think, nicely. And then I will brighten everything up with a concealer. So let me see if I pulled my concealer out. I'll use the newest one that we just got, also on Amazon. This is the Multitasker from Rimmel. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tapes. So we'll play with this one today. And then I'll just take a little bit on the dough applicator. And then I'll just put it a couple, because a little goes a long way here. I always try to brighten up the areas that my foundation wears off the most, and then highlight the middle of the face. Okay. You could definitely see the brightening. Perfect. All right. So we got the complexion. So hopefully that looks okay. And now what we're going to do is powder up. So just to do a light dust of powder over this so that, yeah, I always powder up. I know a lot of people, maybe if you're not a combo girl, it's something you stay away from. But for me, personally, I always powder up. I've been enjoying this one from Kosas. It has really been a treat. But I just take a large fluffy brush and swirl around. And then I just so used to having mirrors in compact, so when there's not is why I bought that other mirror. Okay, and then from there I'm just going to pull out some Pat McGraths that I got in the IPSY shop, which were such an amazing deal. I think I paid like $18 for like these $40 blushes. And then I have a beautiful, this one I think is the bronzer. Yeah, this one's the bronzer. Look how stunning that is. And then we also got, I purchased the gorgeous palette that has all these gorgeous blushes and highlighters in it too. This was also through the IPSY shop, which is like my favorite place to shop. All right, so now, because we get such amazing deals on there, so I'm gonna take the bronzer first and then just give my face some definition. You know, when you're filming, you don't, it is very different how you do your makeup when you're on camera, because I usually have a 5x mirror that I have on my walls, and I have one back there and one where I'm working here. I do a lot of my skincare on the other side, and I do a lot of my makeup on this side. So I have myself really set up nicely, but more for personal use than for trying to do, I guess, get ready with me's. I also get very warm because I have to close all the doors to keep the sound down. That's why I think I'm gonna try to get something on the other side in the more open space, because you can always see, at least I can feel it before you see it, the warmth setting in. So I'm hoping that looks good. All right. And then I'm gonna take here with the blushes, I'm gonna dip my brush into a couple of the colors, the two Agno ones. And then just put a little over here. A little bit on the tip of the nose, and we should be good. So I think the complexion is done. We'll just take a little bit of highlight, which is also from this pad, and just put a little bit up here. And then I always try to do a little bit above the brow. Okay. And then whatever's left on the brush, just a little down the nose and a little bit on the tip. Okay. And then I also always like to brighten up my under eyes. And I tell you, sometimes I use the banana powder, sometimes I use from Laura Geller, the French vanilla. They call this a highlighter, but I really feel it makes a huge difference under the eyes. And so many of you wrote to me when I showed you the palette that I got that fantastic deal on, that you never thought to use it under your eyes, and now you tried it and you see the brightening that it does. So sometimes we have tips that we don't even know that we have tips, because I'm definitely not a makeup artist. I'm just somebody that enjoys playing. And I just feel this really brightens up the eyes. Okay, now that's all there. Now I'm just going to take, I put a little bit of the Kosas on before I started on my lips. I'm just going to wipe that little bit off. And I'm going to just put on my lips before I do my eyes the liner that we got also from the point section. This is from Lunar Beauty. It's the one that's called Blushing. And I just overline a little bit on the top and on the bottom. So I do a little bit down here, and then I bring it to where my natural lip line is. And then I definitely try to put it a little bit above the Cupid's bow. And then I try to bring it back in. And then I'm going to use one of the beautiful lipsticks from What's Up Beauty. A lot of you got it in the shade Sima or Siba. The one I'm going to try today is Eye of Ra. And this is the gorgeous packaging. Is that not stunning? And also it has that magnetic closure. It is just such a beautiful, beautiful brand. And I'm so excited because it is truly an indie brand that IPSY is now offering to us. Yeah, this is a beautiful peachy color. And that blushing lip liner, I think, is a perfect match. Yeah, very pretty, very bright. All right, now I also bought, as you know, from Tarte. I got one of those $70 kits that every time there's a sale, I grab those because I love the Tarte $70 because you get like 6 or 7 products. So it ends up costing us like $10 each, which normally we have to wait for the sales from IPSY to get those type of deals. And this is just one of the palettes that was in there that I ended up choosing. It's called Dream Always. I think it was an exclusive to that kit, but you can always check on the website because this is July, and this is when we'll see all these crazy sales going on. Not only is it a mega drop shop month, but also in July, we have all the other sales like from Amazon and all the stores try to keep up, like Target and Walmart and all those stores, as well as Nordstrom's also has their semi-annual sale. So this is the time when you really have to budget yourself because the deals are just too good. And we have to remember that if we're part of IPSY, that we get access to these type of deals all the time. So if there's something that's been on your wants list, then this is the time when you check out those deals. But I always check IPSY first. There's a lot of fallout in the pan. That's where I'm tapping off. And as I shared with you in the past, I go above my crease, my natural crease, because my eyes are very small. So it gives me a little bit more eye space. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same brush and just go one color darker, a little bit lower to give it the depth and definition. And I have a sink right under me, so that's why when I'm tapping, all I have to clean up is the sink after I finish doing my makeup. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a pencil brush and go with a deeper shade in the outer corner, and I make a little bit of a little C. I go exactly where my eye will bend in and a little bit outwards, and then a little bit on the lash line. And then I'll take whatever's left over just on the outer corner. And then I'll go back to that second color that I put on and put that right in the middle. Same brush. So it blends together itself. And then I take a larger fluffy brush and I blend it in so we get rid of any of those harsh lines. Then if you have to deepen up, just put a little bit more on your brush. And then I take a flat brush and I go into one of the colors that has a little bit of satin shimmer right in the center. To give my eyes a little bit of a pop. And if I feel that there's not enough of a pop, I put my brush back in, and then I just take any spritzer spray that you have, spray the brush, and I always do it after so that I'm not making the area wet or the palette wet. It's the brush that's wet. And that's the difference when you spritz versus not. And I'll just do the same thing with the other eye. And if I had a lighter color in this palette, I would take a small little brush, which I'm just going to do with the white, but normally I like to do this with a little bit of a satin shimmer, just to lighten up this area here. Yeah, it gets really, really warm in here. All right, and then the last thing that I want to do is I wanted to put a liner, and then I'll try a new mascara that was also from Tarte. And I also wanted to try the new product that I got also from Add-ons, the Laura Mercier Translucence Pure Setting. So I'll just spritz this. I was very excited to get this. Then I started reading reviews on it, and it was really mixed. A lot of people were saying it was sticky. A lot of people were saying that they were seeing spots all over their face. I'm not seeing any of that. I also let my products go in, so it might take a little bit longer to get them in. And this is this other company that we're going to see a little bit. We saw some spoilers for this month too. It's called LITHE. One side has a brush to it, and the other side has the liner, and it's a really thin line, but I'm just going to try to tight line a little bit just to give me a little bit more definition. And it goes on so smoothly. See the difference between the two eyes? I'm hoping you're seeing that. And I just do it on the outer corner, almost like to the middle of the eye, to brighten it up. And then I take the mascara, and a lot of times I use a primer before, an eyelash primer, but I wanted to see this on its own. This is also supposed to be a tubing mascara, and it has a little bit of flexibility on the wand and also some of those little points. And what I try to do is I try to coat all my lashes. I know a lot of people try to do like the tips first, but I like to go all the way from the bottom and brush it all the way through. And I find with these type of mascaras that are the tubing, you don't want it to dry too much before you do the second coat. I'm gonna do the other eye. Yeah, this is really hard to try to do it in front of here without sitting down because I'm standing also, which is how I do majority of my makeup. But when I do my mascara, I share with you all the time that I sit on, I have to lie down on a back machine twice a day. And that's when I end up doing my mascara there. I think it's beautiful. I think they really did a nice job with this mascara. But the trick is to always make sure your lashes are still a little bit wet. So if you want to only do one eye at a time, that's great. But because I'm trying to do this on camera, I'm trying to get both eyes done. And then whatever I'll do, I'll fix off camera. But I'm getting really, really warm. Okay. And I just have a Q-tip here. Got a little bit over there and a little bit down here. It's always better to wait for it to dry before you do this. And then if you left some mark, just take that brush and put some more powder over. And that's it. So I apologize for any of the moistness, but like I said, I'm trying my best to film here for you guys, and that's the finished look. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully we were able to keep the camera steady, so that took some of the pressure off. Hopefully the lights made a difference as well. But like I said, I have another area that I want to try filming in as well. So I appreciate you guys being along for the ride. And if you've had the opportunity to try any of these products, make sure to share it in the comments down below. And I'll see you all soon again in my next one. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.